This evening, we have a KXAN investigation. What is turning into a huge fight by a group of homeowners against their homeowners association.
People who live at the Sunchase condominiums in North Austin say they've paid their HOA dues for years, but their HOA board members refuse to show them exactly where their money has gone. Now, we first told you about this battle back in May, and our lead investigator, Chris Willis, is with us now, and he has some new developments.
A lot of new developments, Leslie and Robert. A group of homeowners at Sunchase condominiums meeting tonight to consider voting out their board members and firing their property manager, Nancy Thompson. Together, homeowners say Thompson and the board have refused to show homeowners their financial records and have not had an audit done in 5 years. That's close to $1 million in unaudited expenses. So we decided to look at Nancy Thompson's property management history at other condominiums in Austin, and our investigation ended up right at the Travis County Courthouse. People who live at the Sunchase condominiums in North Austin say they're at the end of their rope.
It makes me think there's something rotten in Denmark. This is just not right. Something is wrong.
That something, homeowners say, is the HOA board members and the property manager, Nancy Thompson. Two parties who are now blaming each other for not having an independent audit done on homeowners' money and how it was spent in the past 5 years. Those audits are required by Texas law.
It was just the same song, second verse, only bigger.
Nona Blanchard lives at the Highland Park West condominiums. That's a property managed by Nancy Thompson in late 2007. She says Thompson went through thousands of dollars of their homeowners association money spent without authorization, and money spent on things not related to the homeowners association either.
Our utilities were about to be cut off for non-payment. And then, of course, we got notices of the insurance being turned off for not being paid and all kinds of things like that.
Highland Park West fired Nancy Thompson in January of 2008 and then sued her to get their money back. And they won. Thompson didn't even show up to court, and to this day, she has never paid back the judgment against her. It is thousands of dollars and continues to accrue 5% interest.
Well, it was discovered that she was paying her cronies for work that they didn't do.
By cronies, Blanchard says Thompson was paying her friends and family with Highland Park West HOA money. Blanchard specifically lists Thompson's husband, who was paid for contracting work, her son, who was paid for porter work, and her then daughter-in-law, who was paid for contracting and writing a newsletter. And that seems to be a similar concern at the Sunchase condos, where Thompson works now. We found checks for more than $20,000 in reimbursements and bonuses written to Thompson's husband, who is now the maintenance man at Sunchase, close to $10,000 to her son for yard work and security, and more than $1,000 to her then daughter-in-law. Because homeowners have been denied the opportunity to see the invoices and receipts for that work done, they now question the legitimacy of those expenses.
She was ingratiating herself to board members, doing little things out of HOA money, doing things for them, and so it was a scratch my back, scratch yours.
Sunchase HOA board members are the people responsible for the homeowners' HOA dues and how that money is spent. The Sunchase bylaws clearly state the board shall keep sufficient books and records with a detailed account of the receipts and expenditures, specifying the maintenance and repair expenses. And those bylaws state the books, vouchers, and other records regarding these transactions shall be available for examination by unit owners within 5 days of their request. So far, the board has denied homeowners the chance to see the financial records as required by their own bylaws and Texas law. And the board has failed to act on numerous calls to fire Nancy Thompson. In fact, after numerous requests, we finally spoke with Nancy Thompson late this afternoon in a conference call with her lawyer. She says she is not authorized to provide financial information to homeowners or write checks on the Sunchase account. And therefore, any alleged mismanagement of money rests with the board members who sign those checks. As for the audits, Thompson says, according to the bylaws, audits are the responsibility of the board, specifically the treasurer. As for paying her husband, she says it was the board members that hired him. Adding 3 years ago, we had an emergency out on the property. I called several people. I mean, lots of people. It was a big-time water leak. We couldn't find anyone. The board president at the time said, call Kelly. And he ended up helping, and everyone in the community loved him. I didn't have anything to do with it. As for not releasing financial information to homeowners, Thompson says, quote, there's so much animosity and hatred floating around, the board is in fear of putting anything out for fear of being ripped apart.
I'm going to start meetings, and I need to make an announcement.
In fact, this is what we encountered as invited guests at their latest board meeting. From Lisa Mims, who is the longest-serving HOA board member.
That's it. Either you leave or we just close the meeting. You want there to be a meeting? You need to look in.
This is a public place, ma'am.
Press is not allowed to be here. In fact, I'm about to call law enforcement.
Later in that same meeting, more contention between Sunchase homeowners and the second longest serving board member, Kate Benson.
I'm talking right now. Just be quiet for just 1 second. Be quiet.
You can't get anything from the board members now. They don't want to give anything out, any information at all.
But that may be about to change. Both Lisa Mims and Kate Benson, along with the Sunchase HOA board, are now defendants in a lawsuit. The suit claims Mims and Benson have breached their fiduciary duties to the Sunchase homeowners, and as a result, a lawsuit says homeowners' money is unaccounted for, has been misspent, and potentially misappropriated. Incidentally, Nancy Thompson now attends the HOA board meeting, flanked by her attorney.
Well, we reached out to Lisa Mims for an interview and were told not only no, but hell no. Her words, not mine. The Sunchase homeowners have called a special meeting to consider removing Lisa Mims, Kate Benson, and the rest of the Sunchase board members. If they are successful, they say they will then immediately fire Nancy Thompson as their property manager. That meeting is scheduled to start at 7 o'clock. We'll have the latest for you tonight at 10. Meantime, Austin police continue their investigation into Thompson and the board members, and Robert and Leslie will let you know what happens with that lawsuit.